possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, Kendall Warnock here, owner of A1 Automotive. If you own a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, or Mini, you know specialized service matters. Our team uses advanced diagnostic equipment, OE equipment, including factory-level software, to accurately diagnose and repair your vehicle. Dealer-level capabilities with hometown service. A1 Automotive, 1117 L Street. You can call us 402-477-4660.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey, Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
The headlines, they can lie. The scoreboard, it can mislead. But Rudy, whether you like it or not, will keep it real. Get your dose of reality during Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV on 93.7 The Ticket.
That is right. Welcome back for another Sunday edition here of Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. As per usual, it is another Sunday Rudy Gres weather report. Thank you. I know. It's hot. That is really all I got for us today. Simply for the fact, it's summertime. We're in the dog days of sports, as it likes to get thrown around in the sports world. But truly, there's no off day in sports. There's no off season for a lot of these sports, and that's always fun. You think about the NFL, and we're going to get into it today. We'll talk about some NFL quarterback battles and just training camp outlooks, how things are going for some teams in early stages, what the outlooks look like, and kind of just some headlines that are being made, contracts being signed, all the mix, all the mess. And then, of course, we have Big Ten Media Days coming up this week. We'll have our own crew and our own staff going out there. It'll be a great time. The fellas leave tomorrow. It'll be fun. Again, I mentioned this earlier on Beyond the Spotlight, which is from every Sunday, 2 to 3 p.m. Peyton Bartholomew and myself. It's a fun time, not just for Big Ten fans, not just for Husker fans, not just for us who work here. It's a fun time when it comes to any media days. I mean, the SEC media days wrapped up last week. I find so much, I want to say joy, but it's just that point of the summer where it's like, okay, you're sure you want to call it the dog days. Sure you want to say like, yeah, like there's not much going on. The World Cup just wrapped up and kind of all you got going on is baseball. The WNBA did just have their all-star game. Caitlin Clark was pulling up some 4-point shots, it looked like. And then, of course, we now have the AUSL, the Professional Softball League, which is tearing it up. They're starting championship play coming up here soon. I want to say they started the playoffs yesterday on ABC. It's a fun time if you're looking for it. You know, I mean, again, the weather is going to be doing its thing. Trust me, I don't want to be outside. I golfed this morning. And I say this embarrassingly, say this proudly. Broke 100. I know, for not golfing ever in my life and golfing for the last year. I will take that as a win 9 out of 10 times. Today was that 10th time. I won't take it because I lost to the person I was scrambling or playing against, but that's all good. Like that golf itself, golf is going on right now. Scotty Scheffler yesterday was second place. And he's having an interesting year. We can talk about that another night here. But first and foremost, welcome, Real Talk. Thank you for kicking your Sunday here. It'll be a great show. There's a lot to get to. A lot of fun stuff. And we're gonna pull it up here with some NFL training camp quarterback battles. Now, I know there's many we could get into, but I want to stick on the ones that have the most basis, the most going for them, and the ones that, again, are making the most headlines. Like it's a fun point to always make, and I'm cool with it. Starting off for the Cleveland Browns, again, talked about this with Wyman yesterday. Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. And there's a lot that goes into the a lot goes into the talks, not just because it's Shedeur, but Shedeur is a name that's going to bring headlines. You know this. We're familiar with it. But Deshaun Watson also can bring the headlines in a multitude of reasons. But one that I think we really need to harp on when we are in the midst of we're not making decisions, but seeing how decisions are made, seeing where a lot of the weight is being held the most. And for Deshaun Watson, I'm going to get into this point here, he is on a guaranteed fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract. It runs through this year, $46 million a year, complete no trade clause. And it's, again, get your money up. I get it. But when it comes to guys like Watson, not simply alone, just off the field stuff, we're going to keep it on the field here. Hasn't played in a little bit. Didn't play last year at all. Has had some injuries whenever he is able to come back. It's an interesting predicament to be in if you're the Cleveland Browns, because on one hand, you don't want that. You don't want the money to be burning a hole in your pocket for a guy who's just on the bench. Like, that is going to be the discussion more often than not when it comes to certain things like this. You want the guys that are going, if you're paying all the amount of money, and we see it in every sport. I mean, as a Spurs fan myself, you see it with De'Aaron Fox. You kind of have to play these guys because you're giving them so much money. But I think we need to enter a space here where that's got to be blown out the window. If I'm giving you $46 million and the guy behind you who's on his rookie contract and Shedeur Sanders is happening to play better, that money's kind of going out the window for me. And I know I'm not running the business. I'm not the one cutting the paychecks. I'm not the one making the decisions. But as a fan, as a competitor, as a former athlete myself, you want the best product out there. And I think if we keep letting the dollars get in the way, it's not going to make sense. And I think Shedeur is in a good spot. We're going to pull up some reports here about what is kind of being said around the camps. The reports are, as of right now, Todd Monken, the new head coach, former Ravens coach, has not named a starter. Shedeur is expected to get an extensive amount of preseason reps. And most insiders, according to TalkSport.com, and some just reports that have been done, are calling this one of the biggest quarterback battles in the NFL. And it's undecided still, which is exciting, because then this is where you make your money. This is where this is why you're here and do what you do. And I'm super cool with it because at the end of the day, like I just mentioned, you want the best product out there regardless of what is happening. You want the best product out there regardless of money in there, regardless of headlines. And I know we didn't see that entirely. I mean, last year, the Browns went through 2 quarterbacks before they got to Shador. Not that Shador is outright better than these guys. I understand the notion around Shador Sanders, but he went in there, did his job. Some questionable decisions were made along the way. I mean, you think back to the comeback he was driving, gets down in the end zone, crunch time, 2-point conversion play comes out, Shador's not on the field. And so I think under the new management, if he's clearly better by week 1 and come the NFL season, I think that's your answer. And I don't know why it's not. I don't know why. Again, the money is going to be a problem. The money is going to be an issue. The money will forever be in talks when it comes to big contracts like this for guys who maybe are not performing up to the contract. You have to play them because you paid them. And I don't like that because at the end of the day, if you're going to burn a hole in my pocket, I'd rather you do it on the bench. I truly rather have that. If you're not playing up to the standard of what is the best of what we have. Now, if him and Shador are neck and neck and maybe they're in the same stratosphere here, okay, yeah, we're paying you, go ahead. But I don't think that that's the case. I think from the reports we're seeing, from some of the clips we are able to watch, I want Shador to get comfortable because we saw it in college when he was comfortable. And trust me, he was very uncomfortable when he came to Memorial Stadium. But when that's the case, you see such a different skill set of Shador's because he's able to have time. He's able to pick defenses apart. He's a smart quarterback. He's an interesting quarterback with some of the off the field antics is what the whole thing was. But we're seeing him mature not only on the field, but especially off the field in Shador Sanders. I like where he's at. I like where he's headed. I think even if he's not starting week 1, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. He's in his second year in the NFL. He got a couple games under his belt last year, got some wins in there, had some great performances, had some lackluster performances too. You're not riding the franchise on him just this year alone, but you got to be in a situation where if Shador is your best available quarterback, I think that's the route you have to go. And if you agree, if you disagree, any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead, hit the Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. That is 402-464-5685. As always, as customary, if you want to be part of the show, go ahead. I'll answer, I'll reply any questions that come across that text line. Moving on here to the Las Vegas Raiders. It's currently in a battle between Kirk Cousins and your number 1 overall pick, Heisman winner, undefeated college quarterback, national champion. The list goes on for this guy. Fernando Mendoza. Claps, claps, claps everywhere. I said this yesterday, and I've said this with my inner circles and my friends. I think even if I understand that the notion with this one, with the Fernando Mendoza specifically, is you want the guy to be ready. And I don't think Mendoza's not a quarterback like Cam Ward. He's not a Jackson Dart. He's not a Baker Mayfield. He's not a Bryce Young. He's not a Caleb Williams. But that's okay because if you're the Raiders, you're not necessarily needing that. Like that's not that. I'm not saying that to discredit him. I'm not saying that to say that he's not a good quarterback. I'm not even saying that in a sense that he should have been number 1 overall. Like none of that has to do with anything about him. It's just the play style. He's not a guy that I can see going out there and truly, just based on the performances. And we're gonna pull up some stats here. We definitely will. I like his play style because it's very correct. Is the word I used to describe Mendoza. He plays a very correct game of football in the terms of he has the right reads, he makes the right plays, he does things very technical, very proper. I mean, you look at some of these games he has, you give him time in that pocket, he's making the right reads. Do I think the Raiders might have a good offensive line to protect him? Not necessarily. And in terms of weapons, I mean, the list in terms of elite weapons is kind of a short list if you're in Las Vegas between Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. And then I that's the thing. Like you're going to be using one of your better and bigger weapons in Brock Bowers, one of the best tight ends in football the year before last. Productive, needs to stay healthy, of course. You often than not this year you're probably going to use him more as a blocking threat. Not because he's not a good receiving threat. He obviously was. He was tight end 1 2 years ago. But now you're entering a realm where you need to protect Mendoza, not just simply because he's your number one overall pick, not just simply because he's your quarterback, but he is at his best when he is protected. And I think that's what they did a great job of at Indiana, was recruiting and building that line to make sure that you could protect your quarterback. He's a quarterback that in the right situation, I think he can truly thrive. I'm not even saying that in the system quarterback kind of compliment, backhanded compliment. I'm saying that in the sense of if Mendoza is going to succeed, I think it has to be this route. I think it has to be the route of learning behind Kirk Cousins. Do I think Kirk Cousins is the best option? Not necessarily. Do I think he's going to be the best guy you got? Probably not. But for Fernando Mendoza, if you're behind a Kirk Cousins, you're going to be able to pick a brain anyways. It's a brain that's been in the league for many years. And I think you can learn from that in the sense that learn by seeing, maybe not by doing. For Mendoza is going to be his best asset and the most successful thing for him here. Because if you're able with Mendoza, if you're able to sit back, learn, I think that's when he's going to be at his best. He's not the type of quarterback that's going to learn under the stress, not because he's not good, not because he probably couldn't, but because simply being put, he's been in a good situation the last year at Indiana to where he could showcase his abilities. I'm perfectly okay with him not touching the field for a couple weeks. How long that goes will kind of be ultimately dependent on Kirk Cousins' play, and I think we'll see Mendoza in there for sure before the end of the season. There's no way he doesn't get a start in there. But at the end of the day, I think if you're looking at Fernando Mendoza, I like it. And even if you look at like Tom Brady's a fan of his. He said it. He said that no matter what, number one overall pick or not, the real work has to begin. And I'm not even saying the real work hasn't begun for him, but everything that comes with being the first overall pick, yeah, I mean, obviously you're expecting this guy to play. You're expecting him to be the face of the franchise, turn around the Raiders. I get it entirely. But we've seen it time and time and time and time and time and time again where these quarterbacks are underdeveloped and overrushed. And I don't want that to be the case here with Mendoza. And I think that hopefully is what the Raiders are trying to get away from, because it's a cycle that we see so often. I mean, you think back Sam Darnold, you think back Baker Mayfield, you even think about just I enjoy that the Panthers kind of put the fire under Bryce Young, but you saw that maybe go in a different direction of how they were not out on him early, but okay, we're gonna let you sit, we're gonna let you hold off for now. I don't think there's anything wrong with you doing that at the start of his career versus okay, he needs the break now. No, I'd rather you sit on it, stash it, and then hey, you know what? Not playing great, go in there, because then we're gonna throw him in a situation that maybe not even he's not ready for skill set mentally wise. It's just you're playing grown men now. It's a different level of football, and I understand the jump in terms of play style is not going to be crazy, but I'd rather him get adjusted and be ready when he's ready than throwing him out there and being quick to write him off as a bust. We see that too often in the sport, and I don't think that as the number one pick, sure, you're expected to go out there, Cam Ward, sure, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, whoever it may be, you're expected to be the face of the franchise and save it. Not everybody can do that from week one. Not everybody is Caleb Williams. I mean, Jordan Love sat for an entire year behind Aaron Rodgers. Now, is Kirk Cousins Aaron Rodgers? No. But there is nothing wrong with learning and sitting and doing the proper things. And for a mind like Mendoza's, he's going to eat it up. He's going to truly take in everything, learn from it, adjust from it, and just grow his game. That is why I don't think he's going to be a bust. I've heard that be just thrown around in conversations and online and things like that. And do I think his play style in college was anything that truly made me think that he's a generational talent? Not necessarily. But in the same sense, I don't look at him like I looked at J.J. McCarthy coming out of college. Coming out of college, I didn't think J.J. McCarthy was going to have it. I didn't think that the way he played at Michigan was anything that screamed at first round overall quarterback, trade up for this guy. Nothing about that screamed that to me as a fan. But when you look at Mendoza's game, the mentality matches the play style. He plays a safer brand of football. I mean, he's more of a pocket presence, but I like that he's able to run when needed. And I think it's going to benefit him when the time's ready. And if the time's not ready right now, that's not a problem. Now, do I think that Kirk Cousins is going to hold the job forever? Probably not. But it's not truly going to be if Mendoza is able to get the start. It's going to be a win. And I think it's going to come down like that. If Kirk Cousins is just playing abysmal football, get him out of there. We're going to ride with Mendoza. It can't be worse. Those are going to be the situations I think we get to If we see Mendoza early on, is it going to be, okay, well, it can't get much worse than Kirk Cousins, Mendoza, go, let's see what you got? Or we're going to hit a point where Mendoza truly outright looks ready, and both of those options are going to be good for him. Throwing him into the fire right now does nothing. Whether he goes out there and can figure out some wins early on, you're still in the loop of needing to rebuild around him. This is not a Raiders team that is crap. There's a reason they had the number 1 overall pick. And we're going to go through the roster here because it is worth looking at. Let's look at some weapons here. Let's look at what he's able to do with this Raiders team. Running backs, you got Chris Collier, you got Roman Hemby. Ashton Genty is obviously going to be your running back 1. Move to wide receivers here. Yeah, this is. Pull up the depth chart here for a better look at this. You got Jalen Naylor. You got Trey Tucker, Jack Beck. Of course, then you go to tight end. You got Brock Bowers. The line's not. I don't hate where the line's at. I mean, you got Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa. UTSA, Spencer Burford. Wow, UTSA on the map. Like, I don't think the line's in a bad spot, but you're gonna need to protect him more than you probably would like that. Like, one thing that benefited Shador in college, the things that benefited Caleb Williams, the thing that benefited Jackson Dart, even though Jackson Dart can take off and get himself into trouble, was these guys are able to get out of the poor pressure. I mean, you see it with Bryce Young at times, you see it with CJ Stroud, but then you have quarterbacks that aren't improvisers, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with guys who aren't a scramble first mentality. I mean, Lamar Jackson can beat you multiple ways. Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, and that's not to say that he's not going to be anything like these guys or anything great. It is simply being put that Mendoza's got to develop. And I would need a deeper look at seeing where he is at development-wise, but at the end of the day, I'm perfectly cool with y'all just with the Raiders saying, you know what? We're going to wait. We're going to make sure we get it right versus that we get it early. And I'm cool with that. Moving on to the Minnesota Vikings. Have a ton of people in the chat and friends and family who are Vikings fans, or mainly friends. Family knows where we should be. Kyler Murray versus J.J. McCarthy. Of course, your current favorite, without a question, truly, is going to be Kyler Murray. I mean, it's a legitimate competition is what we're hearing. You're hearing the wide receivers themselves just say, like Kyler throws it a little different. That's great. But here, Justin Jefferson himself has publicly praised Kyler during offseason workouts while the staff continues evaluating both quarterbacks, obviously. If McCarthy doesn't win the job now, is there a chance he probably does at some point? I don't even want to say that his time's running out because it's not. This guy is young. He's entering, his third full season now. And for a guy like J.J. McCarthy, who coming out of college had the hype because he was in a similar Mendoza situation, truly. I mean, you were an undefeated national champion. You were coming off a great year with a great team. Obviously, some questions in the mix with Michigan on that one. But he wasn't a pass guy first. Now, we saw some games where his pass yardage were low. We didn't see the absolute best versions of this guy. Not that it was bad either. Again, you don't win a national championship without a good quarterback. I'm not going to act like that's some myth, some secret here. But there's some guys that the play style might not translate over. And Kyler Murray, if I'm looking at him and J.J. McCarthy, I want the guy who's been a little more established. I want the guy who's a mobile threat, who can make things happen, who's an improviser, who's a magician on the run. And I'm taking Kyler with that. I think J.J. McCarthy needs to step it up. If we're going to see him play more and we're going to see him start and take the starting position, it's got to look different. It truly does. And I like Kyler's situation because he's going into a place where you have a true wide receiver one in Jay Jettas. Did he have Marv? He absolutely did. But we saw Marvin Harrison had just interesting ways of the season going. So it's always a fun debate. I am truly on the side of Kyler Murray taking the position here, not even just simply alone that I think he's better. I think J.J. McCarthy's got a lot to prove. I think he really does. I think J.J. McCarthy does a good job of controlling the game, but you need to be a playmaker on certain teams. And I think with a team that has a star-studded wide receiver one, talented wide receiver twos, and a good core around them, I need to see more. And I'm interested to see what Kyler Murray is going to do. Again, we're not going to know any of this until season truly rolls around or until we get the official depth charts and everybody's set in stone for the time being. But it's always going to be a fun time to talk about it. With that being said, We will be taking our first break here on Real Talk. Make sure to keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
To order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
The crack of the bat, sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many. Safe. That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Concrete Industries has immediate openings for production laborers, operators, and drivers. Earn great pay starting at $21.50 per hour, plus health benefits, 401k, paid time off, and more. Right now, production laborers can earn a $1,500 hiring bonus, and drivers are eligible for a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience? No problem. Concrete Industries offers on-the-job training and opportunities to grow your career. Start your future today. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Are you looking for a place to host company get-togethers, team meetings, or group events? Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln is the perfect place to host your gathering, with private bays available to meet with clients while you swing the sticks and improve your game. Back 9 Golf offers traditional golf opportunities while also providing fun games and activities available for non-traditional golfers on their top-of-the-line full-swing simulators. Learn about their corporate memberships today and gather your favorite groups together at Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln, just off 14th and Pine Lake Road.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Lincoln is full of great golf courses in a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf. Friend Country Club is worth the drive, just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses. Enjoy their restaurant with popular items like a 14-ounce ribeye, 10-ounce sirloin, or chicken fried steak. Open Thursday through Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Expand your horizons with a trip to Friend Country Club, just 40 minutes southeast of Lincoln. It's worth a visit.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many. Safe. That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Played Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
Reality is setting in. Now back to Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV on 93.7 The Ticket.
That is right. Welcome back to Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Beautiful Sunday here. Really putting the sun in Sunday, if we're going to be honest. It is. I know I talk about the weather a lot here, and I try not to. I really do try not to sometimes, at times. But just so everyone gets a real feel out here. Sunny, Lincoln, 99 degrees on the temp, 67 air quality. And let's find feels like 103 with 14-mile-per-hour gusts of wind. And I think that's the worst part. I don't need the wind and the heat. Just keep it with the heat. I'm cool with it. Now, if you give me a breeze, what's a different story? We'll get there. But over the break here, we got some questions on the starter Heyman Jewelers text line pertaining to Fernando Mendoza. Oh, wow. So, okay. Question asks, what is the point of taking a number 1 overall quarterback if you're going to sit him? Ooh, that is the question I'm running into. I understand the perspective. I understand not even the doubt or because don't get me wrong. When I first heard the report, the words used were Fernando Mendoza is expected to get a sprinkle of Team 1 reps in the camps. And my thing is, when you take a number 1 overall quarterback, it's not like the NBA. It's the NFL is kind of really good at doing what they do in the draft, where you get drafted, you're expected to be starting week 1 if you're a certain type of caliber of player. The round 1, especially the first 5, the first 10 even, first 15, maybe the whole first round you're expected to kind of get in there. Now, some instances are a little different. I mean, we saw with Michael Penix getting drafted a couple years ago to the Falcons. We knew he wasn't going to be taking that job just day one. J.J. McCarthy, same instance, kind of. I mean, We saw how that all turned out. And then, of course, you run into guys like Ty Simpson who just you're in an interesting situation there. But for Mendoza, with not really being behind a true quarterback, one that is elite, you're interesting. You're entering a new, not even a realm here, but I think for fans, for what we're accustomed to, it's not backwards. It's just not what we were expecting for teams that are usually in the hunt for a quarterback, i.e., you think the Titans, you think the Browns, you think any of these guys where it's like, yeah, like they could take somebody else, but they need a quarterback. And that's the thing. Do the Raiders need a quarterback? Absolutely. But we enter now the new realm of we see so often where these guys just get in a world of being underprepared and over expected. And I think that's what they're trying to avoid. Because when you take a number one overall quarterback, you're not just picking him to be good for that year. That is what I want to get at here. If you're the Oakland Raiders and you think Fernando Mendoza is your guy, you have every ounce of confidence in Fernando Mendoza being the guy who's toting the pill for you. You're okay with waiting the first year. I don't know why people are so quick to not be invested in that. If I'm a Raiders fan, if I'm again, like if this is the Packers, for example, if we're in this exact situation here, I'm perfectly okay with saying, you know what? I rather my team be right than my team be early. Because it's the same thing that happens with sports news and sports reporters. It's the same thing that happens with just news reporters. The same thing that happens with information in general. There's always going to be two people who are going at the same piece of media, same piece of information. Let's just, for example, when trades or when LeBron was announcing his deal, you're going to have your Shams and your Wojs who are trying to get the information out as quickly as possible. But then you're going to have guys who maybe hold back a little bit, give the reflections, and then wait for things to be official and for sources to be confirmed. Now, with these bigger names, less like Shams, you expect the information to be kind of proper, kind of correct with these guys. They've built the credibility. But what I'm getting at is you often run into the instances of, okay, well, I want the information to be out first versus, okay, I want it to be right. And I think the Raiders are going at it with the right approach here. For a guy like Mendoza who's not going to come in and just truly take it over like that, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the idea that we're gonna sit back, let him settle, let it marinate, take what you can from that first year. If you get in some games, which he probably will, we're not writing off the fact he's gonna be benched the entire first season of his career. But if he happens to be, and he happens to not maybe get as many reps as we've expected, maybe he gets 1, 2, or 3 games in there. Great, learn what you can, go from there. We got more years than just your rookie year of football. And I think that it goes back into that, the question of, well, why are you taking him first overall to not play him? You're taking him first overall to be the face of the franchise. And let's be real, as Raiders fans, do you probably think you're going to win the Super Bowl year 1 with Mendoza? Probably not. So there should be no issue with having to let it grow and having to let him marinate there. I enjoy that. I know we're in such a fast fashion, fast food lifestyle of, well, I need it now. I need it the microwave style. I need it now. I need it right when I'm ready for it. But there's nothing wrong with using the crock pot. And I think that's the process here. I think that's the route they're going with. And I don't hate it. I enjoy it, and I think it's great. Question on the Starter Heyman Jewelers text line here again. Are the Seahawks going to go back-to-back JSN Offensive Player of the Year again? Question mark. Just to answer the first question here, do I think the Seahawks are going to go back-to-back? I don't want to say no. I mean, again, like, they have every right. They have they're your reigning Super Bowl defending champions. So, I mean, I would give them as much confidence as I would other top teams in the league. I mean, the way they did it, too, it was a pretty convincing fashion. I mean, behind Sam Darnold at quarterback, it's a great fit for him. You have guys who can get down the field, guys who can get open, guys who can hit him in stride. And I like what they're building over there. I truly do. I mean, it resulted in what every team and every fan wants for their team. So, do I think that they're going to go back-to-back? I want to see the landscape of football because there's been some moves. The Rams are heating up in discussion for a certain defensive player to maybe come back and play some snaps. They got Aaron Donald, one of the best. Sorry. They got Myles Garrett, one of the best defensive players in the league, record-breaking Myles Garrett. And, of course, as the name we just mentioned, there's some talk, some chatter, some directions being pointed that we might be seeing an Aaron Donald comeback. Now, I'm not going to say that we are or we aren't because, again, would I rather be right or would I rather be first? I'm going to be right, and we're going to wait till that's officially official. But, again, with the Seahawks, I think they have every right to go. I mean, again, you're losing Kenneth Walker in the process, but I want to pull up the Kenneth Walker stats because me and Tristan Gomez a couple weeks ago were talking about this. And Kenneth Walker had a great year, obviously. I mean, there's nothing like that. But you look at it, 221 carries, yards, 1,027, 5 touchdowns on the year, average about 4.6 yards a carry. You're losing production there. I mean, an 1,000-yard rusher is nothing to ever not want on a team. 16th best in the league, 221 carries, 20th in the league. Touchdowns tied for 30th in the league. It's an interesting team that they're going to be having there in Kansas. But like that, the production isn't one that's going to tank you. And again, you have JSN, what was the nickname they gave him? The Emerald City Route Artist, the ECRA. You got JSN out there. I like where they're at. Let's just go through here. I mean, you still got Zach Charbonnet. Again, you got Sam Darnold at quarterback, your wide receiver, of course. Like, I like where they're at. I like JSN. I think he's an elite guy. If anyone's tuning in, I will be trying to trade for him in fantasy. But, again, there's nothing to say that they won't be back. It's just that this is going to be an interesting year for a lot of teams involved. I think they have the pieces. I think they have the way they went about the season last year, no part of it looked like a fluke. There was never a time where I was like, man, they're getting lucky. No, they were playing solidified, strong, united football for the entire season, and it showed. It really did. With that being said, I do want to, with the camp talks, there's some teams that are making some silent, not moves, but just teams that I'm expecting to be better than others. And there's a whiteboard behind us that you can't see on camera, but we have one. I want to know, and we'll get back to this on the other side of the break. There's going to be some teams every year that maybe don't even win a playoff game, maybe not even make the playoffs, but have better years than expected. There's some teams that are going to have worse years than expected. We're familiar with those, trust me. But I want to know, again, texters 402-464-5685. Some teams that are maybe going under the radar, teams that are going to have maybe better years than last year. That's the thing. I don't need you to tell me that the certain teams are going to the Super Bowl. But what team do you think? Because I got a couple here on the mind. What team do you think is going to have a better year than projected, expected, and maybe even truly, again, there's some teams that people are just doubting. And I'm interested to see what you guys think. I'm interested to see what y'all think about what I think. But we'll get back to that on the other side of the break here. Again, this is Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV. Keep it tuned right here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Reality is setting in.
We offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623. $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 14,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, Call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
If you become ill or injured at work and need an experienced attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court, protect your rights and freedom to get you the best possible results for your case and the justice you deserve. Trust your rights and freedom to Liberty Law Group. Attorneys serving Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, Kendall Warnock here, owner of A1 Automotive. If you own a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, or Mini, specialized service matters. Our team uses advanced diagnostic equipment, OE equipment, including factory-level software, to accurately diagnose and repair your vehicle. Dealer-level capabilities with hometown service. A1 Automotive, 1117 L Street. You can call us 402-477-4660.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey, Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 14,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Talk with Rudy Gres the fourth on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Rudy Gres the fourth, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Great first hour here, talking football with you guys. And before we got to the break here, before we came back to wrap up segment 3, as we are doing right now, currently, Royals take another win from the Tigers here. Things are looking a little better for your Kansas City Royals. Take the win 5-4. That now concludes a split with the Tigers here. Dropped game 1, 3-4. Dropped game 2, 2-1. And then you take the last 2 to salvage the series. I like that. The Royals are showing some fight. They're at an interesting point in the season. We can talk about that in the second segment here for show. With that being said, I wanted to get to some of the questions here. We have another one on here that I will answer in the second segment about F1. Nick Wyman's going to get a kick out of that. But before that, I asked, are there some teams that maybe not even are sleeper picks to just win the championship, but teams that are on the rise, teams that are in the mix? And, of course, I got some buddies that are tuning in from back home that texted me directly here. I won't say y'all's numbers. I won't say too much. But let's just go through some of these. We'll start it off here because, of course, this is going to be a team that I am interested to talk about as always. Says here, give me the Browns. Too much quarterback drama, but I think Shedeur Sanders is the reason why they're actually a sleeper. If he wins the job and proves he belongs, Cleveland could surprise a lot of people. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I think with what he's doing and the talent he has, I really enjoy where he's at. I think he's capable of being a winning quarterback there. I think it's going to come down to what they're building, and it is a young team in Cleveland, and I enjoy where they're at, but I still think that, they're a couple pieces away from him being the reason that they're a playoff team consistently or anything like that, but I think they can go on a run. I think they're in a division that maybe isn't as strong as it seemed to used to be. But again, they still got to battle. They still got to go out there and show it. It's not like it's a cakewalk. But I think the Browns are a team that's going to be interesting in the next couple of years. If Shedeur can pan out and keep maturing and keep talent-wise, I like where he's at. Another one here from of course, my sleeper is the Cowboys, ... Everyone wants to write them off, but Dak is still always going to be a proven quarterback, and I think they bounce back and compete for a playoff spot. This is one that I think is I've said it on this show. I've said it on multiple shows. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm from Texas, but I grew up in the era and the areas of the Cowboys fans telling me that, oh, this is the year we're gonna get it done. And I'm not too sure on. I think Dak is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL easily. I think year in, year out, whether the Cowboys are good, whether the Cowboys are bad, he's going to be the shining light. And again, I can go on for multiple reasons of why I don't think the Cowboys are elite, this, that, and the third. But the Cowboys themselves, they're an interesting team because they're always one side of the ball away from being good. I mean, if the defense is good, sometimes the offense is kind of But we're seeing the offense kind of just keep that stability now. I mean, they still need to have it. You picked up George Pickens last year. Great move. Really panned out. Helped CD get some different looks. CD's got to step it up now. I mean, they're at an interesting spot. You got 2 true wide receiver ones. It's going to be a fun year. Dak is going to be playing some good football. I enjoy watching Dak Prescott play football. I think he's a fun story. and that's not all it is for me. But when it comes to these guys who can push through all that he's been through, and then you look at a lot of what is truly being built there. I mean, the offense is going to pick it up. You're a couple big pieces away. I mean, you got to keep messing with the line. You still got to keep messing with the running back room and the situation there. But you got Caleb Downs at what, 12th overall, I think, which was a drop for him. And I think it's a great place for Dallas. I think it's a great pickup. I'm bummed that he couldn't have dropped further to the Green Bay Packers, but it is what it is. One team I am pretty big on, and I'll wrap it up here with this. The Tennessee Titans. And this isn't because my roommate's a Titans fan, but I hear about them a lot, and I look into them on my own. I don't think they're going to make a jump to be an elite contender by any means, but I think they're going to be a team that might surprise people. I think you're going to look and you're going to be like, okay, Cam Ward's taking the jumps. Okay, Carnell Tate stepping up. I like it. They're at an interesting spot where you can build with what they have, but I don't think it's going to be next year or the year after probably that's going to be the one where they're the elite contenders, but I think they're in a good spot. I think they're building for the future. I like where it's at. They're doing a great job over there in Tennessee, and the new coaching pickups, I like it. I like it for not just for the Titans as, okay, great coaching pickup, but for Cam Ward, like you're getting him a coach, you're getting him the weapons that can allow him to just play freely, and I enjoy that for him because he's a guy, like I mentioned, he's not like Mendoza. Mendoza, you got to be in the right system. Cam Ward's a superstar type of caliber of talent in terms of what he could be. I think he's able to get things done, get the job done properly. He just needs more help. But I like what he's shown so far. He's a talented kid. I want to see where the Titans are able to take these next steps. The next couple of years are going to be crucial to more than anything they've done. You got the number one quarterback you wanted. You got an elite Carnell Tate from Ohio State. You're building. You're in the right direction. I want to see what they do. I want to see how it talks. I want to see how it goes. That being said, we'll be wrapping up the first hour here. Great hour. As always, if you want to be part of the show, 402-464-5685. Chime in on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line or the YouTube comment line, whatever you want to do. They all come across the screen and they all get read. With that being said, stay tuned here to Real Talk. On the other side of the break, we are going to be talking Big Ten Media Days, some previews, some outlooks, some questions I want answered, not even just from the Huskers, Big Ten in general. With that being said, keep it tuned right here to Real Talk with Rudy Gres the 4th, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Hey, Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 14,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
If you become ill or injured at work and need an experienced attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court, protect your rights and freedom to get you the best possible results for your case and the justice you deserve. Trust your rights and freedom to Liberty Law Group, attorneys serving Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, Kendall Warnock here, owner of A1 Automotive. If you own a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, or Mini, specialized service matters. Our team uses advanced diagnostic equipment, OE equipment, including factory-level software, to accurately diagnose and repair your vehicle. Dealer-level capabilities with hometown service. A1 Automotive, 1117 L Street. You can call us 402-477-4660.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey, Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, $14,000 to its signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, license fees, extra residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
The headlines, they can lie. The scoreboard, it can mislead. But Rudy, whether you like it or not, will keep it real. Get your dose of reality during Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV on 93.7 The Ticket.
That is right. Welcome back, Real Talk. If you're just tuning in, a.k.a. live from the brick and mortar, now on your airwaves, Welcome in. Missed the first segment. We talked a lot about NFL, kind of the outlook on the season, just some training camp news, things of all that fun sorts. Now we're going to transition over here because it is a big week coming up, not just for Nebraska, not just for the ticket here, but for the Big Ten as a whole. It's Big Ten Media Days. Again, we're going to have a crew out there. It'll be awesome. We're going to get coverage, interviews with players, coaches, the huge. Again, it's a fun time here, not just for Nebraska, not just for Lincoln, not just for the Big Ten, but for us at the ticket. It's exciting times. It's cool to hear the insight, get the deeper dive on some questions we probably had all year. Again, if you want to be part of the show, 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line here. There's a lot of questions that will probably be hopefully answered. But what I want to harp on and focus on and wonder, again, this is where you can join the show. What are some questions we have here in Lincoln? Because, again, we're going to run into so many. I mean, Matt Rule questions are going to arise. Calandria questions will be there. Just Big Ten questions in general. I mean, that's what it's for, though. That is the best part about the media days here is that you're able to ask these coaches. You're no longer just speculating. You're no longer just reading reports. You can ask some of these questions. And, I mean, we saw it last week with the SEC media days. We saw how some of these questions that we want answered and we want spoken on and things like that, they do a pretty good job here of getting to the surface. Do I think that some coaches, especially in the SEC, answer funny? Yeah, probably. It's interesting. Playing with the question on the text line, why do you think the Kai Nelson situation hasn't been addressed? I really think he's our most talented running back. I agree. I unfortunately won't know the answer for that one of why it hasn't been addressed. But I think in terms of just football roster to roster here, that blow is one that hurts a lot more than I think just people realize. Like, obviously, on the front end, you're losing a talented back. It's just a situation all around that many people look at. And, yeah, it's an interesting one. But, yeah, I mean, he's an elite back for a reason. I was looking forward to whatever the season was going to hold for him because truly, after last year, I mean, it was the Emmett Johnson show. There was names in there that we maybe needed some just reps and get thrown in the mix. But, yeah, I mean, this was the year for someone in that running back room to truly take over. And, I mean, it was Nelson's to win. And, again, situation at hand, we'll see what happens with that. Can't speak on that just too much. And there's no information that is truly to be spoken on that we have now. But it definitely was not the shakeup you're looking for. No one ever is looking for the shakeups. But for the situation at hand, I was excited just to have a new name in there, someone to step up. Because the spotlight, whenever you lose a back of any sorts of elite talent, but one that Emmett Johnson was the top back in the nation, yeah, the next guy up is going to have the attention. It's a great opportunity, a great role. But now, of course, with what is in the situation here, it's always an interesting one. But I have some questions here that I kept myself that I wanted to ask. And, of course, if you want to help answer them, chime in, 402-464-5685, Sartor Heyman Jeweler text line, or the YouTube comment line. Again, Facebook, I think they pop up. Twitter, they pop up. Wherever you're tuning in from, send them through. Nebraska to me, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, to not Nebraska, but when I think of Nebraska, I put them in the same category in recent years. Because, again, there's a time before mine where Nebraska was the powerhouse. And growing up, I mean, I knew the names even from just growing up outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. You heard the dominance. You knew the fear that this team would strike in people. But since recent years, obviously, we're not getting the results that we're happy with in terms of where the team could be going, where they should be going, and where we want them to be. They're all different standing points, truly. But I'm hoping, and this isn't a question you can just ask somebody and get a yes or no or here's why answer, but I want this to be the year that Nebraska stops being almost there. Because I've said it time and time again, even as a Texas native deep down in the heart, there is nothing more that I want than for Nebraska football to have the relevancy that I hear about from whether it's Terrell Farley coming in here and telling me just what those times felt like, and us talking about his time running out there on the field at Memorial. And again, the environment's going to stay the same. The environment's rocking. The sellout streak, I'll be there. I'll be wearing a red shirt, throwing the bones on third down. Trust me, I am bought in. But it's no longer like there's some schools you look around, they got the talent. The fan base needs to buy in. You got teams that have both right now, and it's not even a talent issue per se. I just think that the production on the field, and this isn't some secret, we can all agree, it needs to be upped. But at the same time, like we as fans, we as media members, there's only so much that you can kind of just keep pushing the same narrative on. So I want this. My question, my just flat out question of this, and we'll get into some points I have on here as well. Is this the year that maybe they're done being almost there and they can get there? Because again, you look at the schedule, you kind of not look at the roster in terms of the talent, but you just look at how it was constructed. It's a team that the expectations aren't low in a sense of, oh, they're not going to be good, but you got to look at it from a realistic lens here. This is going to be a team that needs to battle every game. And it's not that every other team in the country doesn't, but you have a gauntlet of a schedule in that middle of the season. And we all know it. I mean, you have Indiana, you have Oregon, you have big name teams that can compete. Again, back to Indiana, one of the best coaches in college football will be in Memorial Stadium. You got Ohio State and Jeremiah Smith, Julian Sain. Again, two legitimate Heisman opportunity winners that are going to be coming through Lincoln, Nebraska, November 21st. Like, these are going to be the games that are going to prove so much. And in a perfect world, in the world where Nebraska can win a national championship in the year 2026, I would love for them to go undefeated. I would love for it to be all tail and tails about. But this is a team that the expectations aren't to lose, but the expectations are that you're going to have to battle every single game. And it's not that they're not capable. It's not that I don't think they're going to scrape out some of these battles and pull the wins out. It's just the stretch that you're going to have to go of playing the most demanding football of the season, all come back to back to back to back to back to back. And I mean, that's how it should be. You want the best of your games to be towards the end of the season, but the schedule at hand, Matt Rule has said it himself that it's a good chance in terms of recruiting. Like, yeah, we're look who's playing us. Look who's playing us. And that's great. But like I've mentioned before, I want them to compete in these games. I want them to win. Because, yeah, just having them on the schedule is one thing. That's completely out of our hands. Now, taking care of business and doing what you need to, that's a different level here. Now you're entering a point where the expectations for Matt Rule have kind of shifted. Because all the the first couple years, it was, okay, well, Matt Rule, year three Rule. Right? So the first year, it wasn't bad by any means. It was a growing season. It wasn't terrible. And then you start improving bowl games, and then last year you improve your win total again. But now it's like you're moving on the right track. You're not taking steps back. You've had, I mean, let's be honest here. Dylan Raiola probably stays healthy. You have a way better chance of winning that USC game. And it wasn't that TJ Lateef wasn't ready. It's just that wasn't what you planned all week for. And so I think that does weigh heavy on the outcomes. But the culture is built now. Matt Rule has implemented his culture. The culture rebuild, I'm not in for that anymore. It is Matt Rule's program. And I enjoy what he's about. I enjoy the love and the passion he has for Nebraska. You can truly see it. I mean, even during the midst of all the Penn State talks last year, there was obviously, when it comes to coach talk, they're gonna say what needs to be said. But I believed it. I truly firmly believed that Nebraska was where he wanted to be, and here we are. But for me, you can be as bought in as you want on this team from a coaching side. But I think we've hit a point where, as competitive as this team is, we need the big wins. We haven't had the ranked win, almost had a chance for that. Didn't get it. We are at a point now where entering Big Ten Media Days, it's a conversation I've heard around the station here too. There's not a face of the program right now. And I'm not saying that every team in the country needs that, but for a team like Nebraska, again, whatever your thoughts and feelings and opinions were, when it comes to Dylan Raiola, that was the face of the program. And then it became Emmett Johnson, which rightful reasons, but you at least had the characters to be built on, okay, well, this is who represents them. And it's not that we're not aware of Anthony Calandra. It's not that we're not aware of any of the talents on this roster. But there are some questions that need to be answered. I want to know who the leaders of this team are. I want to know who is keeping the team accountable. Because, again, these are college kids with NIL money. You're at one of the biggest college football schools in the country. I want to know where the mindset, where the headspace is at. I also think the Big Ten it's at an interesting point. I wouldn't say the Big Ten's wide open for anybody's taking because, again, the Big Ten is the past, what now, 3 straight national champion winners. You go back, Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana, 3 straight for them. And as much as dominance as that shows, there are teams in the Big Ten that can move around and things can happen as quickly as teams can go up, teams can go down. And so I am interested to see that what opportunities get taken advantage of for Nebraska. Because truly being said, this is a team that is competitive. This Nebraska culture that is under Matt Rule isn't a team that just lays over and, hey, come take the win from us in Memorial. That's not the case. When it comes to being competitive and it comes to fighting and scrapping, this is a team that can do it. I just think that we've seen too many of the fourth quarter losses, too many of 3 great quarters of football, a half of great football, and that second half doesn't do it, or the fourth quarter doesn't do it. Things fall apart. And I wouldn't even say that the moment gets too big, but you're entering the fourth quarter with a lead or you're trying to scrape back and claw a win. That's where we need that. That is for me, when it comes to Nebraska, if this team is going to be good, we've heard it all week again. There are reporters and reports saying that, if they're going to be good, the offense has to click, which makes sense. You got to score. But for me, it's not just as simple as, if Nebraska's going to be good this year, they have to score points, or they have to play defense, or they have to kick special teams. All these things go into effect. If you want to win, you got to score more than the other team. And if you want to win, you got to stop the other team from scoring. And that all goes hand in hand with this. If you think offense or defense is better, yes, it is way more complex than just that simple sentiment. But that is the idea that people have been getting at. For me, and this isn't a culture thing, this isn't a mindset thing, I just need for this Nebraska team, I don't care if you lose to Indiana. I don't care if you lose to Oregon. Do I care in terms of wins and losses? Yes. But what is going to matter to me the most is if I can look at this team and for 4 straight quarters, you can play just complete football. That doesn't mean I need you going out there and scoring 28 a quarter. Would that be amazing? Yeah, that would. But what I need from Nebraska, what I hope to maybe get some clarity on what the outlook of the season is going to be this week at Media Days, what I want to see is can this team truly compete for 4 quarters? Because we've seen it so often, like I mentioned, going into that fourth quarter, you're feeling good. The light show's going, the fireworks, the pyro, the drones are spelling out Nebraska in the sky. And once all that's over, we got a football team in the fourth quarter that's slipping away from the lead, or the comeback's kind of getting halted. And I'm tired of it. I think every one of us are. I think the players are tired of it. I don't think that is my thing when it comes to me on the takes about where Nebraska could improve. Not for 1 second do I think there is a Nebraska player in that locker room that is happy with the lackluster results that have happened over the years. There's not. I don't think Matt Rule is happy with it. I don't think any quarterback that comes in this locker room is. I don't think any player that steps in the locker room. I don't think anybody who is a fan of Nebraska to any extent on any realm is happy with the results. And I think that's a good thing. I think you can't be happy with these results. At least, again, you're looking in a wider lens. So the terms of progress, great. In terms of what is expected and in terms of what Nebraska needs to return to for legacy purposes or for blue blood status, this, that, and the third, I need to see them fight for 4 quarters. This 3 quarters doesn't win you a game. The fourth does more than anything. And so you can play 3 great, super solid quarters of football, but come that fourth quarter, it's the same thing as you would in any stretch of any season of any game. I need you to go out there and beat dogs. My question, again, feel free to chime in here. What is the minimum Nebraska has to accomplish for 2026 to be considered a success? Again, if you want to chime in, 402-464-5685. I think, again, there's no stat for this, but, well, there is at the end of the day. But I don't know if this is coming from the athlete background. I don't know if this is coming from any of that. Just as a person, I want the competition to match the intensity of what we are bringing as fans. I want the intensity to obviously stay true because we hear about it. Memorial's not a place people want to play. You go back to that Colorado game 2024. That was probably one of the most insane sporting events I've ever been a part of. And for rightful reasons. And the thing with the crowd, and there's some places like you think LSU that have some of the most amazing crowds. You think other schools, obviously, but a lot of those schools are dependent on the success of the program. For Nebraska, it's kind of flipped. Win, lose, or draw, those seats are sold out. The fans are showing out. And again, whether it's a top team coming to town, whether it's Georgia Southern, not that they're not a top team, but in terms of just where they're at compared to Indiana's and Ohio's, you know that you have the crowd and the fans behind you. But as fans, not just of Nebraska, as fans in general of anything, whether movies are your thing, whether music's your thing, whether football, volleyball, baseball, softball, soccer, golf, tennis, swimming, track, anything above and anything below, if you're a fan of anything, you want what you're cheering for to give you a reason to cheer. And I think that is where I'm at. When it comes to Nebraska and what I want for them to be considered a success, I just can't have teams come in here and feel like Nebraska's not Nebraska. And what that means to me is, again, I've grown up with the stories of it. I've seen Sue tear up my own teams growing up as a child. But you look at this roster. I mean, you look at this schedule. I apologize. There are games on here that would be amazing to win. Absolutely amazing. And we talk about it here. I've said it before. You can be optimistic. You can be pessimistic. But at me, I want to be realistic. And realistically, like I mentioned, you're going to have the reigning defending national champions coming to town with arguably one of the greatest coaches of current eras, Kurt Cignetti, coming in here, who are going to be a dangerous team. I mean, they're picking up portal guys that are legitimate. You're picking up just great talent, great teams. Pardon me, as I mentioned a couple days ago, we are just seeing some interesting drivers downtown Lincoln here. We'll keep it on here. But when you're looking at the projected just outcomes of these games, like I would hope, and I'm not a gambling man. I will never be. But the first 3 games of the year, safe bets, I want to say. I mean, you got Ohio, Bowling Green, North Dakota. They will be competitive games, but we say it often. Those are games that should be win. Those are games that should, for lack of better words, be your tune-up games. But we've also seen Nebraska maybe drop a couple of those. You go to Michigan State, I'm confident. You host Maryland, I'm confident. I would be at the best situation here. You're 5-0 going to Indiana, which is where you want to be. Indiana comes to town. Realistically, you're going to have to compete. This is a game in specifics where, do I want Nebraska to win above all? Yes. But if the latter happens and that's not the outcome, you can't get skunked at home. You can't lose by 3 scores. And I talked with Adam Carricker about this weeks ago. You can't lose by 3 scores. You got to keep it close. That is going to be a success to me in that game. Yes, I want the win. I absolutely want the win. But we're going to have to just compete. Something at Nebraska Wesleyan we talked about when it came to baseball was whether those guys are quote-unquote better, whether those guys are quote-unquote worse, compete your tail off and let the result be the result. And I think that is what I want to see from this team. I don't want to look at their body language and be like, man, they're getting killed in the fourth quarter, aren't they? No, I want to look at this body language. I want them to attack every play. I want them to see Indiana come to town, and I want them to have a bad taste in their mouth. I want them to go to Eugene, Oregon, have a horrible taste in their mouth. Hey, for certain reasons. I want Washington to come to town, have a horrible taste. Illinois have a horrible taste. Rutgers, do your thing. When Ohio State comes to town, I want that to be the most competitive game all year, excluding your following game, which has to be a win at Iowa. I just want this team to compete. If you can go out there, give me the most competitive 4 quarters you have, let's let the chips fall. I won't consider that a success when I'm looking at the records or anything like that. But I want them to compete. And I asked the question earlier about who is the face of the program. We have a text here from Lane. Lane, once again, as always, thank you for chiming in, tuning in. We will be getting to that after the break here. I like where we're at. I like what you're saying. We're going to deep dive into it. Again, if you want to be part of the show, feel free. 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman Jeweler text line. This is Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey, Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $198 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008623, $198 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 14,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Starter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
If you become ill or injured at work and need an experienced attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court, protect your rights and freedom to get you the best possible results for your case and the justice you deserve. Trust your rights and freedom to Liberty Law Group, attorneys serving Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, Kendall Warnock here, owner of A1 Automotive. If you own a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, or Mini, specialized service matters. Our team uses advanced diagnostic equipment, OE equipment, including factory-level software, to accurately diagnose and repair your vehicle. Dealer-level capabilities with hometown service. A1 Automotive, 1117 L Street. You can call us 402-477-4660.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Reality is setting in. Now back to Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV on 93.7 The Ticket.
That is right. Welcome back. Real Talk, Rudy Gres IV, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. As always, great Sunday here. Thank you for kicking it with us. Thank you for spending your Sunday here. If you're just tuning in, we are currently giving some, I'll say, Husker outlooks on the season. I mean, again, with Big Ten Media Days coming up, we're going back on some questions we might have for the upcoming season, where we stand as a program, some rule talk in there. I mean, it's, again, if you want to be part of the show, 402-464-5685. Got some comments, some questions coming in on the Sartor Hamann Jeweler text line here. From Lane. In Barney's last 4 regular season games and 1 bowl game, he had under 100 yards receiving, 1 touchdown in garbage time in the bowl game, and then I go to Shields in town here, and there are Barney jerseys all over the place. This is who they are pushing as our star. Let's even talk about how in the Iowa game and bowl game, his punt returns, catching inside of the 5, and giving us bad field position just killed us. Yeah, I mean, for a projected wide receiver 1, for a guy of his just talent that he does have that could be developed, you expect more. And I don't know if that's just coming from the place of where you are we marketing the best of what we have? Because I think truly, I think the jerseys for Barney are going to sell. I think it's a name that the fans are familiar with. So I can understand that perspective, that point of view, that tie in there. I just think that this is a team of guys that are going to have to band together. I don't think that we're going to have a star player that stands out one truly above all. I mean, we had the Emmett Johnson last year, right? Absolutely. That's a jersey that was going to sell. Raiola's jersey sold. Let's not be ridiculous here. But I think right now, if for Nebraska to be successful, I think you're currently at a standpoint, that for success to happen, this is going to be a team that truly needs to be just bought in and truly firing on all cylinders. And I think that just having a star that maybe not shouldn't be a star, but the speed is there with him as well. The athleticism's there. But again, like you mentioned at the very end here, the Iowa game and the bowl game itself, the punt returns, catching it inside of the 5. I love the aggressiveness. I love the assertiveness. I love when you're trying to make things happen. But you got to be better at that. For a team that was so pretty sound and improving in the special teams games, you don't want to see that. You those are the types of things you want to stray away from. Obviously, it's not a question here, but are we going to call him the face of the team and try to market him as much because of what he's done, or is it because I think what he's going to be becoming? And I think either way, I think if you're going with the latter option of it's going to be what he becomes, I think, okay, I understand. But going off of what he's done, I agree to your point here. Like the last 5 games of the season, there wasn't much to truly want and need to buy a jersey of it. And not that we shouldn't, because again, all these sales are going to directly benefit the athletes, which I'm all for. But it is interesting. I think Ja'Cory Barney has earned being one of the more important players for sure, just with the way the team is structured and how it's going. I don't know if he's earned being the face yet. It usually comes when, again, it usually being the face of the program of any sport possible. It's going to come with the guy who can usually help the wins come as well. So again, do I think that we're probably going to be basing that off of what he's doing? I want it to be more based on the outlook and the projection of the season. But again, if you were to throw Calandria on a jersey, I think it sells. There's names you could throw on there. It's just, I think this Nebraska team specifically is at a very interesting spot of, from the marketing side of things, you got to throw Barney on there. Like I mentioned, it's a name that the team and the fans and everyone around Lincoln is kind of very familiar with. So I can understand that standpoint there. Like that, I wouldn't try to say that he's undeserving of it. I just think it's one that is interesting because he is going to be a clear face of the program when it comes to the marketability. And he's talented, but I don't know if he's shown enough to be that guy yet. And that's kind of where I'm at. I think next year we know whose names are going to be on a lot of these jerseys. Trey Taylor. Let's not be redundant on that one. Keep it on him. I like where Nebraska's headed. And I know this outlook, I will admit, I think us as media members, including myself, we tend to focus on that 2027 class a bit too much. Not because they're not worth it, not because nothing of those sorts. But for the media outlook here, I feel like when it comes to looking forward to next season, I don't want us to do that in a sense of, oh, we're just throwing the talent on this one. Because this is a team that's going to be competitive. I know Anthony Calandria is coming from a whole different conference, not a Power 4. Okay, he's going to compete. He is a guy that he firmly believes that he is telling the truth with every statement he says. Now we can reflect on some of the statements he made earlier this summer pertaining to Nebraska being a 10, 11, 12 winning team because that's what he came here to do. And I love that. And I said it too. I think that any answer he would have given, he would have gotten criticism. Let's not be crazy. If he comes out here and says, yeah, we're going to try to get 8 games. Well, it's like, why not 9? Why not 10? Like, you would have had questions. You would have had a concern anyway. I'd rather have the guy in the room who thinks that he is the best in the room no matter what. And I like that that's Calandria. I think for Nebraska here, we finally have the mobile quarterback we wanted to mix with. And so I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be interesting how it all plans out and plays out. But I just want this team to be about football. And I feel like that's the feeling we're getting right now. I feel like we're not it's been a quiet offseason. And for me, that is great. Yes, you have some headlines. Yes, I mean, every team in the country is going to have the offseason headlines, but this is also a team that just right now, and I think there's a credit to be given to the men's basketball, the women's basketball, baseball, and softball that kind of you gave us a lot more to really think about than just football's coming up. You know, like we had something to cheer for. We had something to root for. Gave us an amazing spring set of sports from top to bottom. Like, it was a very productive, very proudful, to where we didn't necessarily have time to just think about football for the first time in a decent while. And so now we're back in the swing of things. And my points are still the same from what I would have said in February and March and April to now. I want this team to just be about football. I don't need the podcasts. I don't need the facilities tours. And I say this with all due respect. Leave that to Dion. Leave that to Colorado. Leave that to teams that need that circle of attention around them. You're at Nebraska. You are ultimately, maybe not in terms of skills and in terms of the rings that come with, but you're the Yankees in the archetype of team and program you have here. You are a standard of excellence. Sure, that standard hasn't been held up to in recent years, and that's perfectly okay. It's going to happen. But I want this team to just be about football. You think about guys like Terrell Farley. And when it comes to Farley, again, love working with him here at the Ticket, fun guy. But you could tell just from the way he talks about football, the way you need guys that breathe and just love football to a passion. And it's not that these guys do not. I want to clarify that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at, it needs to only be about football for this team. I don't want the TikToks. I don't want Matt Rule making TikToks. I don't want him doing, again, the podcast. I don't necessarily have a problem with. But again, these are things that come with a winning program. I don't want teams in the country to just be doing things to do things. I want, if you're going to have a podcast, okay, cool. Why can't we wait for the offseason for that? Why does it have to be a weekly thing? Why do I need to see you on Pat McAfee every single week? I understand you're growing the game. I understand you're growing the brand. There's better ways to do that. And hey, one of them at the very top of the list is win games. Kurt Cignetti's not doing podcasts. Kurt Cignetti's not really on Pat McAfee. Kurt Cignetti is doing it in a traditional old school way. And I'm not just saying this because it'd be cool to have Kurt Cignetti win a title for Nebraska. And I'm not saying that in a way that Matt Rule can't. And I want Matt Rule to be the guy. Like I said earlier in this show, I want Matt Rule to be the guy because he truly loves Nebraska. But I need guys that love football more than anything. Not in a bad way of loving it more than Nebraska, but I want you to truly believe deep down that you can't live without football. And I think that's the mentality, not just Nebraska, but college football is going away from, because now you involve the dollar signs. Now you involve the transfer portal. Now you involve all the attention that comes from it. Now you involve social media. Now you involve so many outside factors that sometimes it doesn't feel like that. But we've noticed the best players that come out of college and can translate at the next level, or even just translate and show off in the college level and in terms of competing and being elite talents, they're all football minded. All of them. Micah Parsons, football minded. Easily. Josh Allen, football minded. And I don't understand why we need the outside noise here. You are Nebraska. That N holds so much weight outside of just Lincoln, Nebraska, and this Midwest state. You are the program that should be setting the standard. And again, do I think that the recruiting is going out there and finding guys that aren't about Nebraska? No, because everybody that comes to Nebraska, I've said it before and I'll say it again, you're coming to Nebraska because you love Nebraska, and that's great. But like I mentioned, you think about the Farleys of the world, guys who were just so hungry to be on that field, guys who were just so hungry to go out there and rip somebody's head off and find every way possible to scrape and get into those end zones on the offensive side of the ball. And it starts at the top. And I'm not saying that we're not good at the top, because again, you have who you want there. I have the guy that I'm very confident in Matt Rule. I just need us to focus solely on football. That is it. I would not mind a podcast if we're winning. And I am glad, because I believe that it started to slow down once the losses rolled in, which is how it should be. But it's the same thing I have with some players. Not here. I'll preface that just in general in college. It's you expect so much and you want so much, but I want to see you earn it. That's it. I just want to see you earn it. I don't need Pat McAfee. I don't need house rules. I need the wins. And I think we're all in agreement on that. I think we're all similar minded when it comes to things of that sort, because it's true. Like we need the wins, and everything else can follow suit. But you're in Nebraska. You are Lincoln, Nebraska. You are here to win football games. Yes, we have a star-studded volleyball program. Yes, we have one of the most entertaining basketball runs in recent history in our own city. Yes, you have a softball team that is just pure excellence and dominance. Yes, you have a baseball team that is making waves. Yes, you have a tennis programs, men's and women's, that is just elite. You have track and field doing things. You have so many programs from top to absolute bottom that are just doing everything proper, doing everything right, winning. And yeah, they got the attention and noise to follow. I need my football teams to win. And that's it. And I don't think that's a bad take. And I don't think that at the end of the day, I want the best for this team. I want the best for the city. I want the best for this program. And I hope it can be football focused. And I hope it can strictly be football focused, because that's what we deserve. That's what we need. And I have full confidence in these guys. It's going to be a tough year in terms of your opponents, not in terms of the results. But I need to see this team fight. I need to see the confidence in this team. I need to see guys emerge as stars. I don't want this to just be a season where we're waiting to get over so we can see the 27 class come in here. Because then the expectations for that team are going to be to the moon. And if they don't live up, then we're having more conversations about everything. And that's not the situation you want to be in. I want this team, whether we make the football playoffs, whether we only beat Iowa, whether we beat all the big dogs along the way, whatever it may be, I just want them to compete. I want them to make the city proud. And I think they're capable of it. That's my biggest issue. They are so capable of the bare minimum of what we're asking. It is going to come down to execution. With that being said, we'll be taking our final break here on Real Talk. Again, keep it tuned here. Got your boat bomb coming in here to wrap up segment 3, send you on your way. Once again, Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
College football season is nearly here, and 93.7 The Ticket is on the scene to get things underway. Tune in Tuesday, July 28th to Thursday, July 30th for coverage from Big Ten Football Media Days at the Hilton Chicago as Derek Pearson, Jake Sorensen, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman interview coaches, players, and broadcasters from around the Big Ten Conference. 93.7 The Ticket's coverage from Big Ten Media Days is sponsored by Warhorse Casino, Sandhills Global, Gary Michael Clothiers, and Ben Blaker of PRG Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Ambassador Real Estate.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves. We would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate again. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios at 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
If you become ill or injured at work and need an experienced attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will represent you in court. Protect your rights to get you the best possible results for your case and the justice you deserve. Liberty Law Group will work tirelessly to obtain the benefits injured and ill workers are entitled to. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Ever look at your house and think, ouch, it's stuck in the past? Or realize that your kitchen needs a new everything? Like thousands of homeowners, you can simply call SprayNet Lincoln. Their patented spray system and paint delivers a flawless factory finish, no mess, done in a day, and cost-effective. It looks just like new, including your vinyl. And it's all backed by their 15-year no-peel warranty. SprayNet Lincoln, custom chemistry and smarter painting. Google SprayNet Lincoln or call them now at 402-383-3336 or email ching@spray-net.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. 8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends.
Join Old School from 3 to 6 p.m. on Monday, July 27th from the U-Stop just north of Warhorse Casino for a special remote broadcast. Nebraska football's Luke Lindenmeyer will be there for pictures and autographs from 3 till 4:30, and U-Stop is having the Corvette Club bring their red Corvettes down as well. Plus, there will be a raffle for a Dr. Pepper tailgate, a signed Luke Lindenmeyer Dr. Pepper mini helmet and football, and other free Dr. Pepper merch will be handed out. That's all Monday, July 27th from 3 till 6 p.m. at the U-Stop by Warhorse Casino off of West Denton Road.
Reality is setting in. Now back to Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV on 93.7 The Ticket.
That is right. Welcome back. Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Completely missed the YouTube comments on here. I apologize for that. Brian saw them all coming in here now. Appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, I agree. This is an interesting point of the season. 6 or 7 wins is probably going to be, I think that's going to be a consensus just amongst where the realistic input will be. Like I said, we're not going to be optimistic, pessimistic on the show. I try to be realistic. And I think that's a basis for us. Anything above that, I'm going to be very glad. I'm going to be very happy with. But yes, I think for where this team is at, and it's nothing to do with the players or the talent. I just think the schedule at hand mixed with the talent, it's going to be a tough look. But I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to say anything until we get to the season in terms of where I think it is, because projections are projections. But we're going to need a competitive squad to come out there every Saturday, and I want that to be the case. But I am very big on being proved wrong or right. And I want to be proved wrong here. I want them to make me come back to this July 26th episode of Real Talk and be like, man, I was wrong. Because I want to be wrong. I want Nebraska to be good. Football as a whole is better when something runs through Nebraska. And it's simply put like that. With that being said, going to get us on here with our boat bomb. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time, I try to wrap up all of the hours I do here or all of my shows here with a boat bomb. Boat is a nickname I have, and I try to tie it in here to music. As a growing up, music has always been something a huge part of myself. And there's lyrics I take to where the songs don't matter, trust me. But the lyrics stand out. The lyrics make it what it is. And I try to apply it my best possible way, not just to life, but to baseball and to sports in general. So today's boat bomb comes to us from Kendrick Lamar himself, with the lyrics being... pull it up here. I apologize. I want it to sound perfectly proper for you guys. All right. Today's boat bomb brought to you by Kendrick Lamar himself. It was always me versus the world till I found out it's me versus me, which is from a song of his called Duckworth off of an album around 2016, 2017 era. To me, that lyric is something I think stands out for multiple reasons. It is so easy for us to just blame so much of what is going on other people. The world is out to get me. Certain people don't like me. Oh, he likes somebody else more than me. Oh, there's favoritism going here. But I've always found, whether it's baseball, whether it's playing time, whether it's even golf, and I'm not enjoying golf for the day, it's like I could be mad. Oh, I'm playing bad, but who am I going to be mad at? I've learned that instead of just blaming somebody else, you can oftentimes find the answer in yourself, reflecting on it, understanding that as easy as it is to blame somebody else for your shortcomings, and I'm sure sometimes it perfectly adds up to why that decision's being made. But for me, I've learned that as much as I want to blame somebody, as much as I want to blame the world, as much as I want to blame outside forces, there's always something I can do about it. Yes, there's going to be instances where that seems impossible, and yes, there's going to be instances where there's nothing you can do about it. But that lyric in itself, it was always me versus the world until I found out it's me versus me, just made me realize that all of the issues in life, everything I'm going through, I can do something about it. And I don't think that's something that many people realize for a while in this life, and sometimes might not even happen for everybody. But understanding that even when we're pertaining to Nebraska football, we could be so mad. And if you're a player, you could be so mad that, oh, well, they're saying this and the fans are reacting like this. But hey, let's go win. Hey, for me personally, if I'm having a bad day at work, if I'm getting in trouble for something, if something's going on, hey, I could be as mad as a dog and say, well, they don't get it, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, how can I fix this? How can I be better? It is going to be in my hands ultimately. And understanding that over life has just brought me so much more of a different outlook on things, made me want to be more hands-on, not just on fixing things, but hands-on with my own life, understanding who I am as a person, and just being well-rounded to be able to handle whatever's thrown my way. I'm not perfect at it, but it's going to happen. I'll get better at it as we go on. And that is just your boat bomb of the day. Once again, coming to you from Kendrick Lamar, Duckworth, 2016-2017 album. This was a great 2 hours here. 3 if you want to include Beyond the Spotlight, which you can't miss ever. You get your daily dose of Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV, Peyton Bartholomew, 2 to 3 p.m. on Sundays, followed up by Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV, 3 to 5. With that being said, enjoy your extremely hot Sunday here in Lincoln, and it is very hot. But enjoy it, stay safe, stay hydrated, and as always, stay tuned to 93.7 The Ticket. This once again was Real Talk with Rudy Gres IV. Enjoy your Sunday. We'll see you back here Friday night.